Hey guys, it's Jen and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be playing with some items that I've had in my collection for quite some time. Quite a few that I intended to do videos on but never got around to doing it for reasons other than I just continued to buy makeup and try other things and I just never got around to it. So today we are going to venture into the land of forgotten makeup. And considering I have nothing but free time, I figured why not create a look using this makeup that's just been sitting here in my collection doing nothing except collecting dust. So I'm gonna go ahead and touch on some of these products. It's not anything new, but I still feel like it'd be a lot of fun to play with. And what a shame that I bought the stuff and never use it. I mean, is that like a shop my stash? I don't know. I kind of like the land of forgotten makeup, so we're going to go with that today. And I'm going to be using this Fenty foundation that we already know about. The reason why I don't use this a lot is because it is a matte foundation, and I find that matte foundations don't really wear that well on me, but I never really had a problem with the foundation. I've really only used it, to be quite honest, twice, maybe 3 times tops. That's it, and it's just basically sat here, unfortunately. I also have the lovely Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I rarely ever use this because I'm not a big primer gal, but for this particular foundation, I feel like I need all the moisture I can get, so we're going to be using this today. This IT Cosmetics concealer. It has a luminizer on it and a concealer, and we're going to talk about this today. I meant to do a video on it, never did, so I'm going to tell you guys why I don't use this. You're going to find out here shortly. This Blush and Glow from NATASHA Denona with this really cute blush in it and highlighter. We're going to use this today. I'm not going to say I haven't used it. Clearly I have, but I haven't used it in a long time, so we're going to go ahead and play with this one today. And the mini palette that I want to play with today is the NATASHA Denona Lila palette. I bought this quite a while ago, and I think I've only ever swatched it. I've never done an eyeshadow look with it. So this needs some love. We need to play with this today because, I mean, that's how sad. There are some beautiful shades in here that are just, look at this one. Ooh. I mean, there's some gorgeous shades in this eyeshadow palette. This little mini is stunning, and I've never touched it. So today's the day. Voila, hair is up, and we are ready to get started. So I had to wash my hands after swatching that eyeshadow. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just gonna try and moisturize the more challenged parts of my face, and we are gonna get started. I love how this smells. I just don't like primer. I don't know. I just can't find the big use for it because I already moisturized my skin. As long as I'm moisturizing and exfoliating, I feel like that usually works pretty well for me, and I don't ever really feel the need to use primer. But I know a lot of people really love this primer. I know I wanted to love it, but it just doesn't do anything for me to where I feel like, I don't know, it's just okay. Let's go ahead and get started with our Fenty foundation, which I did buy online. I don't know what the hell shade this is. What is it? I think it's like 220 or something like that. I did brave up and buy it online without really trying it. And I remember, you know, hearing about all the oxidization and all that stuff that I thought, oh no, I'm in trouble. I may have just made a huge mistake. But as it happens, it turned out to be the perfect shade. So that makes me very happy. Super glad about that. You can see it gives really nice coverage. It's very pretty, and it wears really well on my skin, and even though it oxidizes, it doesn't oxidize enough to where I wouldn't like it or wear it. I never really had a problem with it, basically. I think it's good to sometimes go back into your makeup collection and, you know, kind of, I guess, shop your stash, you know, rekindle love for products that you once really enjoyed on a regular basis, and, you know, continue to use them so they don't go to waste. I don't know. Yeah. So foundation is on, and I think it looks really pretty, and it's very comfortable. Again, I got no problem with it. Now we're going to talk about this, the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Cream. And it is a dual-ended deal here. One is a luminizer, and the other is the concealer. I tried this. I didn't do a video on it. because I hated it, but I'm going to use it today. And, you know, it's been a while since I've tried it, so maybe today I'll love it. Who's to say? We're going to give it a shot. So we're going to use this luminizing side first, and that's this little doe foot, and it's supposed to make you look, I don't know, more awake. It has a lot of claims, like it's going to youth up your face and do that whole deal. And wait, is this the yeah, it is. It makes a lot of claims, but you know, we're gonna give it a shot today. I'm gonna grab my oh so dirty elf sponge that I just bought and have ruined completely, and I'm just gonna tap this on my eyeball. This is supposed to be the illuminating side that supposedly will make me look young and refreshed. What do you think? I mean, it definitely adds luminosity. I'm not going to deny that, but the formula is really thick and heavy, and I just don't think it does my skin any favors. After a while of having it on, come on, concealer side doesn't want to open now. I think I upset it. Now it's like telling me to basically go fuck myself. It's like, no, I'm not going to help you now, bitch. So this is the conceal and correction side, and again, just a really thick formula, so it's not, yeah, it's super thick. It's got a serious pinky undertone, at least in person it does. I don't like it. It almost has like a greasy kind of feeling to it. It's just not my favorite for some reason, and I can't tell you why. I have no idea. I just hold on to it. Maybe I figure eventually I'll come to love it. By not using it and never looking at it? Sure, yeah, that might spark a love affair. No, not even remotely. Yeah, so that's on. Okay, let's move on. We've got our foundation, we got our concealer, now we're going to move on to bronzer, and this is from the Pure Cosmetics. I did a video on this one, and I really like this bronzer. I don't know why I never used it again. I did a video on it, I played with it one day, and then I put it away, and that was that for that. So we're going to play with this one. And I really like that powder foundation that they came up with, because if you're, see, that's pretty, that's a nice bronzer right there, and a little goes a long way. But if you're in a hurry, they have that powder mineral foundation that gives a nice coverage, and you can really get your makeup on quick. If you don't have a lot of time to mess around with a liquid foundation, their mineral powder is pretty decent. Look at this bronzer. It's actually really pretty. I never hear anyone talk about it. I can use a little rosiness in my life, so let's dip into this duo here and rosy up my cheeks a little bit. A little crazy. Let's tone this down a little bit. I got a little overexcited about using my NATASHA DENONA blush today. But yeah, I mean, it's really pretty. It's very luminous. There's nothing wrong with it. I just never use it. I keep buying all these other blushes and forgetting about the ones that I already have. I don't think that I'm alone there. Pretty sure I'm not alone on that one. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and move on to our eyeshadow palette. And again, these colors are so pretty, and I'm really excited to play with this because I'm telling you, this is the first time I've picked this thing up. I don't even know. I have no excuse other than I bought other things and I just never got around to trying it. So crazy. So I'm going to create a look with this today and hope that this concealer doesn't screw it up. I probably should have set my eyelids first, but I didn't, so here we are. I really like the fact that she is doing these minis so that you can try different things from these palettes that she's created that are way overpriced, in my humble opinion, because not everyone wants to spend $120 some odd on an eyeshadow palette. I mean, some people can, and that's fine, good and fine if that's what you want to do, but for me, if I can find an inexpensive way to try these brands can bet your sweet butt I'm gonna frickin' do it. I mean, why wouldn't I? Wow, look how pigmented that is. Wow, that's really cool. And those are some pretty colors. I kind of want to grab this more purpley color, and I'm going to just tap that on the outside of my lid just to get that really pretty purple shade. I might even use this on the bottom lash line just to punch up the purple, because purple is one of my favorite colors. But I am really digging this. So I'm going to go into this purpley blue shade, and I'm going to pop that right here on my lid. Oh, that is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love this blue with a purple shift. Do you guys see that? Cameras don't always do duochromes or multi-chromes or glitters. You don't always get to see the real in-person beauty of a shade. But I can tell you, oh, this is absolutely stunning. But these minis are just great. It makes it accessible to a lot of people. And I like that. And I like that Pat McGrath is doing that as well with her smaller eyeshadow palettes. I have one of the Sublime smaller palettes, and I absolutely love it. So I think that it's great, and I'd like them to continue doing that, because that's how I can afford to buy their stuff. And I know I'm not alone in that. So yes, this eyeshadow look is really coming together. Why haven't I used this? What the hell is the matter with me? We're pretty well blended out here, and I really like how this eyeshadow look is turning out, and I'm so glad that I finally picked this thing up and started using it today, because, dude, I don't know. Where have I been? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off camera, and I'm going to do my liner and my lashes. We're going to hop back on, and we're going to talk about some lip products. And I still don't like this concealer. I will be back, and we will continue on with our little land of makeup that I forgot. Is that what I was calling this? I don't know. But I'll be right back. Lashes and liner are present, and that's another thing that I didn't do a video on. I got this bundle of ColourPop eyeliners. Never talked about them. They're great, so just make mention of that now. I haven't forgotten them. I still use them. I just never did a video on them. I don't know. But I really like how this eye look turned out. The foundation, absolutely beautiful. Have no problem with it. I just never use it. It's bizarre. Bronzer's great. Now we're going to go ahead and move on and put a little highlight on using my NATASHA DENONA Duo here. And I like this highlight too, but I never use it. I need to stop saying that, because I've already made it prudently clear that I never use it. I think the reason why I don't use this is it might be a little too light for my skin, if I had to venture a guess, but I mean, it's still pretty. Yeah, that has a really, really pretty glow to it, and I never use it. So, yeah, it's pretty. I like it. Now we're going to talk about lips, and I've got a couple of these mini Pat McGraths. I also have some lip glosses over here, but I'm going to talk about a specific one today. And again, these are things that I rarely ever use. They're really pretty nude colors, and there's also more of a spice nude today. That is so pretty. And I'm going to go for the lighter one, because I think it makes more sense for this eye look. So I do like these lipsticks. I think Pat McGrath makes a really nice lightweight formula. Yeah, it just glides right on, and it feels like it's so light. It feels like there's nothing on my lips. Yeah, it's just a really pretty mauve-y color. I like the lipstick. It's beautiful, and I love the formula. I just don't really ever reach for it because I try so many other different things. You know, I just don't. But this lovely little lip gloss gem that I have here, I got this really expensive lip plumping gloss, and it's a pretty color, but it does absolutely nothing. So it does work as a gloss. It absolutely does, but it doesn't plump or do anything like that for my lips, to be honest with you. So I wanted to do a video on this, and I hope I can find the name of this stuff so I can tell you guys what it is. But I was at Amy's and I picked this up along with an eye serum. I tried it for quite some time, hoping to see something amazing happen because I thought for the high price tag, it would do something spectacular. It absolutely did not. It didn't do anything. It's just basically a lip gloss that has a nude tint to it. It's very pretty. It's comfortable. It doesn't do the stinging, burning thing, but it also doesn't really plump my lips either. So I was testing this out for a while, and then I basically just forgot about it because it didn't do anything. I'm hoping the name isn't on here, which is weird because you would think that it would be, that they would be proud of their product that's so freaking pricey, unless I scratched it off, which is highly unlikely. This doesn't work if you happen to see this. Yeah, no. A lot of these times, let's just say it this way. A lot of these times with these plumping lip glosses that say they're going to enhance and volumize and do all these amazing things to give you these full pouty lips without, you know, doing injections or whatever, more often than not, they don't work. I spent 38 bucks on this particular one. It doesn't work either. So I never did a video on this, and I rarely ever use it. It's okay. I like the shade. It's pretty, but it doesn't do anything that it claims to do, which is probably why it ended up in the land that makeup, you know, the makeup land forgotten. What did I call this thing? The land that makeup forgot. That's probably why it wound up there, because it just doesn't do anything. And it did cost a lot more than it was worth. But with that being said, everything that I used today, I absolutely love. And I'm so glad that I gathered these things together and sat down with you guys and played with them, because how many of us have these collections where we have makeup that we haven't seen in months or never even touched? It's like, I feel so terrible thinking that this is the first time I've actually tried that eyeshadow palette. So if anything, I'm glad that I had the opportunity to go ahead and sit down and play with this makeup today, because a lot of it really is very beautiful, and I do really love it. I love how my makeup look came out. I wish that my hair looked a little better. I would take it out of this headband, but right now it's a fried nightmare, so I'm going to leave it up. So yeah, I think it came out beautiful. I'm glad that I got to play with this, and I'm glad I got to spend some time with you guys. I just want to thank you so much for sticking around and watching. I truly appreciate you, and I hope you all are having a beautiful day. Thanks. Bye. Ready? Can't be dying already. You can't. And I'm trying a better angle so I don't look so jowly. You guys let me know if it works. Do I look younger? Doesn't matter. Because I like to do that these days. I like to forget to hit record. And I love to drop stuff, because it's so much fun. Good job, Jen. Alright, so let's get this party started. That's terrifying. And we're back. And why did I say it like that? And we're back. Like I'm terrified. Oh, it's so freaking hot in here. Really, Megan? So that is it for today's video. Yeah, that's a good thing.